Darkness descended upon Hollow Hill as I stood at its base, staring up at the eerie silhouette of the old Victorian house perched ominously on the summit. The wind whispered through the gnarled trees, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Something about the house drew me in, despite the unease that gripped my heart. Ignoring the warnings echoing in my mind, I ventured up the winding path towards the ominous structure. The moment I stepped through the front door, a chill crawled up my spine, causing me to shiver involuntarily. The air was heavy with a musty odor, as if the house had been abandoned for centuries. The walls were adorned with faded portraits, their eyes following me as I explored the dimly lit rooms. There was a sense of presence, as if I was being watched. As I ascended the creaking staircase, each step echoing through the empty halls, the oppressive atmosphere grew more suffocating. The air grew thicker, as if tainted by the sorrow and despair that lingered within these walls. The flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows that danced on the walls, playing tricks on my imagination. In one of the bedrooms, I discovered a locked door. Curiosity consumed me, and I resolved to find the key. Searching through the labyrinthine house, I found myself in the dimly lit study, its walls lined with dusty books. I combed through the shelves until my eyes fell upon an ancient journal. With trembling hands, I opened it and began reading. The journal belonged to a former inhabitant of the house, a man driven to madness by the supernatural forces that plagued him. He wrote of mysterious whispers in the night, of shadowy figures lurking in the corners of his vision. The more he resisted, the stronger their hold on him became. His entries grew more erratic, filled with scribbled warnings and pleas for release from the torment. Suddenly, a noise from downstairs shattered the silence, sending a wave of fear coursing through my veins. Heart pounding, I rushed down to investigate, but the source of the sound eluded me. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was not alone. Every shadow seemed to hide a malevolent presence, and the walls seemed to close in around me. As I hurried back up the staircase, a figure darted across the hallway, disappearing into one of the rooms. My breath caught in my throat as I mustered the courage to follow. The room was in disarray, furniture overturned, and broken glass scattered across the floor. In the center of the chaos stood a mirror, its glass cracked and fragmented. I approached cautiously, my reflection distorted in the shattered pieces. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream filled the air, reverberating through the house. I recoiled in terror, but the scream did not stop. It was my own voice trapped within the mirror, my reflection contorting in pain. I reached out to touch the glass, but my hand passed through, causing ripples of darkness to spread across the surface. In that moment, the house itself seemed to come alive. The walls groaned, the floor shook beneath my feet. Doors slammed shut, trapping me within the nightmare. Panic consumed me as I desperately searched for an escape. But the house held me captive, its malevolent presence feeding off my fear. Days turned into nights, and nights blurred into an eternity of torment. Sleep eluded me as the house whispered cruel secrets into my ears. Shadows danced in the corners of my vision, their cold touch grazing my skin. I was no longer a visitor. I was a prisoner in the house on Hollow Hill. Now, as I stand here at the base of Hollow Hill once more, I can feel the darkness calling to me. It yearns for another victim to claim, another soul to torment within its haunted halls. I am but a warning to those who dare to venture into its depths, a testament to the malevolence that dwells within the house on Hollow Hill.